So I started climbing in August of 2020 after I got invited from a friend of mine that I met in my church group, and he took me along climbing with another friend of ours, and that was the first time I ever experienced it. I went twice in that week, and then I didn't climb for a while, and then in October of that year I got invited again. I went again, and I absolutely fell in love with it. That year I spent almost every day in the gym through 2020 and 2021. It was the deepest rut of my life, and I really desperately needed something to keep me busy, and climbing was that for me. So it very quickly became a very big and very important part of my life. And that's one of the main reasons that I climb in the first place is that mental connection that I have to it. It's the problem solving. It's the fact that when you're up on that wall and you're climbing, you physically can't think of anything else. And that mental fortitude and that mental barrier that you can put in place has been the reason I've kept climbing. That's my story with climbing. Tonight I really want to ask some of my other friends about their story with climbing and then hear from them, because I think that'll be nice. Sazz.
Hi.
Hello, Dean.
Hello, Frank.
Hi, Tim.
Lighting better this way?
Up to you, yeah. Oh, you look stunning. How did you start climbing? When did you start climbing and why? Who brought you? How did you get started climbing?
I was just trying to look for something to do with some friends one day, and we'd heard about this gym, and so we thought we'd come check it out.
I started climbing, it would have been 2 months prior to COVID. I got brought in by a couple of friends, so Free Solo had just come out, obviously, that's the classic story. Watched the film, about 2 weeks later got invited into the gym.
I was bouldering and climbing trees all up in Cedar Creek, just like scrambling over things. So I decided to go on a trip to Cambodia with my girlfriend, and then just for like a fun time we went to do some top roping, some lava tubes, and it turns out it was like a Spanish climber who went there and he just started his own business. I'm like, man, I love this so much, and then just decided to come back here, get qualified as a climbing guide, and froth everything, man. So yeah.
I started and I never stopped.
Instantly, first session in, I was like, yep, done, get me some shoes, I'm in.
Why do you still climb? What makes you love climbing? Why do you love climbing? Why do you keep climbing?
I think there's a number of things. Firstly, obviously the amazing community.
I was a skater before this, and it's the very similar culture, and the community around here is just unreal.
But I think it's also something that's both a physical and a mental challenge. Like, there's so much strength and hard work, but it's also such a mental game, like working out the moves, even just like pushing through to get them, falling over and over and over, and like having to trust tiny little feet holds. Like,
it's goal setting is a huge thing, and it's like all the lessons you learn in here are so transferable to life outside of climbing as well. So, you know, you set goals, some that you think are unachievable, and then you just work hard, and then, you know, within 3 months you're like, that unattainable goal is like all of a sudden you're there, you know. It's just so satisfying and pure.
I love the freedom aspect of it. I like that I can push myself. It's also a vehicle for me to harness some of the pain and anger inside of myself. I found it was like a physical outlet for my emotional state. So more geared towards alpine climbing, so I find that like ragged peaks, cold frigid temperatures, as well as like death was kind of an analogous to my mental state at the time. But here I just really love the physical movement and the flow of it. It's fantastic.
it's just that perfect blend.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Sazz. That's it. That's all I got for you. Cool. That's it. Thank you, Tim. Yeah. Nice. Thank you, Dean.
No worries.
Yeah, I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time.
Bye. I hope that gave you an insight into why a lot of us climb. Very different answers. I actually didn't expect all of those answers to be so broad, like between training and between like mental health and things like that. So I think there was some really nice insights in there. Also, you may have noticed in some of those climbing clips that I was wearing a different chalk bag, and it was actually the chalk bag that I showed in the vlog recently. My friend Rachel made me, and it's got these really cute little geese with bow ties on it, and I love it. And I just wanted to put a little thank you in at the end of the vlog here for that chalk bag, because I love it. Okay, that's it. If you're looking for a new sport to try, you should try climbing. It's really fantastic, and the community around it is everything you could ever ask for. Okay, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow.